Hey everybody, welcome back to this old trike. Me and my son Bennett are out here in the shop. He does not want to be on video, so we are not going to record him. Never mind what just happened there. Let me grab this for him. Probably got to get a couple more threads in it before you start doing that, or I can even lend a hand. We don't want to delete that. That was gold. Let me show you. We lose the bolt.
Yeah.
We're gonna let him sort that out. Oh, all my notifications are coming in, and it freaks my phone out because I just got a little cell service. Might be good. So, what we're doing today? Here, let me show you. You're not getting Bennett on film, just his one hand, maybe his other hand. But he's putting the spark plug cap cover on our 2004 Cat 660 ST Turbo, T660, whatever, a lot of T's, Turbo, ST, whatever. 4-stroke, 3-cylinder. We just use it to pack down the snowmobile trails. Bennett likes to ride around the house because he's a nice guy. But we're going to work on this 185S so we can get it out of the shop. We pulled the tires and rims off the back. I pulled the old tires off. They sit over there next to the door. I sandblasted the rims. I pounded out some dings in the lips that were there. My sandblast cabinet's working good, but I got to put in a better light and a foot switch because pulling the trigger does get old. So I'm going to upgrade that. I'm going to spray some self-etching primer on those rims and do a couple coats of that today, and then tomorrow I'll spray some paint on and not getting Bennett on the camera. We'll spray some paint on and then we'll mount we got some Scorpion tires here to go on, and then this thing will be back on 3 wheels and we can ride it a little bit and see how we like it. Once we get the primer on those rims and get that sled out of the shop, Bennett and I are going to pull the front cover off, the front sprocket cover off our TRX90, which looks like, I was looking at this earlier, Bennett, I think we got to probably drop this plastic to access the bolts to get that off, because that cracked. You can see it cracked right there. We got a new one from Honda. It's like $22, $20, something like that. Then we can put it on and tighten up our chain. This chain is off the front sprocket, so we have to get in there. And it will be good to go. Sound good, Bennett?
Yeah.
Bennett's legs? Okay. Here we go. So that's the old windshield off the sled that I broke. Geez, I don't know, 2015 or 16. Had trouble finding one. A buddy of mine found one at a dealer right around that time, and it's taken us this long, taken me this long. It's not Bennett's fault. Oh, he doesn't want to be on camera. We just got the new windshield mounted. We cleaned things off. We had to drill special holes to mount the mirrors. Put the sleds back out and ready to run. I have apparently got something in my throat. I've sprayed a coat of primer on one side of the rims. We've freed up this space. And now, where are we at, Bennett?
I did this one.
Yeah.
That one's
So that's an Allen head that needs to come out. It's stuck. Let's maybe get a better Allen wrench. We'll see. I just taught Bennett about these guys, the little kind of upholstery things that you got to pop out to get them to come out. So he's learned about that. We undid 6 mounting points. I think this just comes out, but might take some finagling. It's got a bar that goes there. How does this come out, Bennett? How do we do it? Okay. Oh, so that's a pin. That's on a pin. Alright, remember how to do that so we can get it back in. Now we need an 8mm. 2 of them. Then we can pull that cover off. So, made in Thailand. I think we got some Thailand writing on here, but crankcase cover. Looking at this old one. So the whole bottom piece broke off. This is aluminum. And it's got a crack there too. So Bennett did a number on it. But thankfully, these are still available from the manufacturer. Did I get the right part? I had to take this piece off the back, little chain slider. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, show them the sprocket. So is our sprocket war? Yeah. Is it too bad to not use? It's fine. I didn't get a new chain and sprocket, so we're just going to run it. We're going to get that put on somehow, and then we'll mount this up. We'll show you that. Okay, we're back on. We're super slack, so it's no wonder why that came off. We're looking at this and we're discovering, Bennett pointed out that this is the same design, effectively the same design as what we see on a 83 185S. So he pointed out to me, because he's so smart, that if we loosen these bolts, tighten this, we'll move the carrier back and bring up the slack in that. Might have to loosen these too, because that'll be a pivot point, and then we'll just slide the thing back and it'll tighten up the chain. Let's do it, Bennett. Oh, and there's the instructions. Okay, we've loosened those big bolts. Those are 17mm. Why doesn't this one loosen? Oh. Let's spin them both at the same time. That ain't right. So basically by tightening this, it's going to pull the carrier back and tighten this up. So on the carrier it says 1 inch of free play. You Bennett push down on the grab bar for me. Really the free play is to allow the chain not to get too tight. Push down hard. Okay. Not to get too tight when you hit the suspension limits. And we were pretty much at our adjustability limit. Press down again. Okay, that's good. That's good. So next time we inspect this, if it's getting too loose, we need to get a new chain, new sprockets. Can you press down on the grab bar? Okay, still have slack. Will you sit on it?
Like forward?
Yeah. We bounce. Okay. So we still have play, even when it's maxed out. Now all we'll do is put our pieces back on, get that on, and we'll put the rest on. Okay, where are we at? Where we're at is it is Christmas, and I did a little detailing on this. I probably just showed you me wiping things down, hitting it with some 303. 303 is a great product for just protecting and making things look better than they once did. Like, this looked very dull. And I see a little like fading in this plastic, or not plastic, but in the paint. So it's not ideal, but there's 303. You can get that Amazon, on the interwebs. But it's good just to darken up your black surfaces. This rack is like very coarse, so that's not really going to change much. But in this other room, oh, we've been working on the Bandito a little bit. My brake drum is seized to the brake shoes, so this is fighting me. I've pulled the exhaust off because I got to weld a little bit on that. If it'll hold the weld, we'll see. But trying to get that drum off so I can swap the axle around. But while I've been working on that, I've been over here painting these rims. I think they look quite lovely. This is what I'm using. Duplicolor engine, enamel with ceramic. So you know it's good. Aluminum. So a very good friend recommended that to me a while ago as a very nice replacement for Cloud Silver. Cloud Silver in a can from Honda is like 20 bucks. That stuff's around like $9 right now, I think, depending on where you buy it. And I've used almost a full can on this, just kind of hitting it light coats. There's some stuff in these rims I'm not going to get rid of. I did bang out a couple dents, but you know, I'm not going to use body filler or anything. This isn't a high-end restoration, but right now, these tires, I've got to get mounted on those rims. We're going to go do some family stuff, but I've got maybe an hour to get those mounted. So let's see if we can do that. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to start by saying I am not the best at this. This is not my forte. We're not going to use tubes. We're going to use scorpions just as they're designed to be put on rims. My buddy Joe Whalen says he likes to use some petroleum jelly to help the tires go on. And I'm going to use that sparingly on my valve stems. I bought a tool a couple years ago that kind of makes this process a little bit easier. So you got to get your valve stem to pop through here while not marring the finish that you just worked so hard to get. So I thread the valve stem onto my little tool, and I'm just going to push and try to work it down there. Got it. Okay. Now, let's get a tire. Okay, so these are not directional. The tread doesn't matter which way you go. But it does matter which way you feed the rim down in. You've got this dished out part in here. You want to feed these in at an angle and then do that again. Your good side will be up. So I'm going to start by lubing up this lip a little bit. And the good news is when this is over, that will help the lip not rust and kind of protect it. Come on. Okay. Once I figured out the technique, that went pretty good. So more petroleum jelly up around the bead here. Because when you start inflating these, that rubber wants to grab and you end up having to put a ton of air behind it, inside it, to get it up over this lip. So lubing that one. Lubing this guy. Okay, so oftentimes you find that you can get one side to kind of seal up a little bit, but then you got a big gap on the other side. I'm sure this trick is out all over the place, but one method to get the tire to make contact with both beads at the same time is to put a ratchet strap around it. So we're going to do that here. So as I draw this down, to form the tire to hopefully get it to make contact on both sides. We're almost there. Let's see if we can make it happen. Not really happening. Oh, it's taken. It's taken. Okay. Okay. We're gonna let that sit. It's got a lot of pressure in it, but it hasn't popped over that last bead yet. I'm gonna let that sit a minute. Get the other end. It is the next day. So I did all that mountain yesterday. And it came out good. I've got a ton of pressure in there. And you see I got some Vaseline to pull out, or whatever we want to call it. Petroleum jelly. But they are ready to mount. I got to clean up my stiffening rings here. And throw them on the rims. And then I'm ready to ride this thing. I've never ridden it. Probably hasn't moved on its own for 20 years. Who knows? Totally guessing. But let's do that and get this show on the road. Fenders. Little 303 for good measure. All right. And look at what we have here. A lovely 1983 185S. Still on jack stands. What am I doing? Let's get this off the jack stand. cleaned up very nice. I do think it would benefit from getting some new decals for the rear from Bruce Allman. Blue Line decals, Blue Line Graphics. Get all your decals from Mr. Bruce. These are just like, they're shifting. Like, that's way down low. That's just not good enough anymore. I will probably pull the front tire off and dress up that rim, because now the rears look so nice, huh? Right? Got all the wheel stiffeners in there. I have not started this thing in a little while. Let's see if she'll start for me. Do we have choke? Choke is on. Haha. So it's a little noisy, but I think with some use it's gonna clean that up. So that being said, I want to take this thing for a ride. Let's do it. Out of that one tire, I think. So, I think I'm going to call that a wrap for now. She's still ticking. Little Ricky Ticky Tavi. You guys remember that one? This is pre-85, so it's upshift, or downshift rather. Downshift to go up, upshift to go down. You know what I mean. So, upcoming things. Pull that front off, which actually feels a little bit soft. The rears are a little bit hard, but I kind of want them to round out a little bit, so I'm going to leave them inflated to their current levels. Nice little unit though. I do think it's not a keeper, but it's not a seller yet. Probably gonna spend the winter with it. See if I can get that ticking to go away. I think just from use it might it might benefit from. So we'll take it on some rides, and we're gonna enjoy it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I present to you a barn find 83 185S back to life.